In the fall of 1969, a man picks up a phone in San Francisco, dials the police, and tells them exactly what he has just done. He gives them time to trace the call. Then he hangs up and walks away. He is not hiding from the police. He is performing for them. This is the thing that separates the Zodiac killer from every other predator in American criminal history. He wants to be watched. He just does not want to be caught. Before that call, he has already killed. Before that call, he has already written letters to newspapers and mailed pieces of a cipher that no government agency on Earth will be able to crack for 51 years. The ciphers arrive at 3 newspapers simultaneously. Each paper receives 1/3 of the same coded message. No single editor has the full picture. That is exactly how the Zodiac designed it. Precision. Control. Theater. Law enforcement has witnesses. They have a survivor who looked directly at him. They have a partial phone trace, fingerprints pulled from an envelope, and a composite sketch confirmed by 3 separate eyewitnesses. December 20th, 1968. Benicia, California. A 2-lane road runs alongside Lake Herman, dark and empty after midnight. 2 teenagers are parked at a pump station turnout. Their names are David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen. They are on their first date. David is 16. Betty Lou is also 16. Neither of them has any connection to what is about to happen to them. There is no motive the police will ever find. No prior contact. No reason. Just location. A car pulls up beside them without warning. A man steps out. He fires without speaking. David is shot once. Betty Lou runs. She makes it approximately 30 feet before he shoots her 5 times in the back. The first person to arrive after the killer leaves is a woman named Stella Borges. She is driving home. Her headlights sweep across the gravel and find both bodies. She drives to the nearest phone and calls the police. When officers arrive at Lake Herman Road, David Faraday is still alive. He dies before the ambulance reaches him. Betty Lou Jensen is dead at the scene. The killer is gone. There are no witnesses. No description. No direction. Investigators note one detail that will later define the Zodiac signature. The shooting is clean, controlled, and fast. This is not rage. This is not chaos. Whatever drove this man to this road, it is something far colder. The murders at Lake Herman Road go unsolved for months. Investigators have no suspect. No motive. No next move to anticipate. Then, 6 months and 14 days later, he strikes again. This time, someone survives. July 4th, 1969. Blue Rock Springs Park, Vallejo, California. A holiday. Fireworks in the distance. 2 people are parked in a lot near the golf course. Darlene Ferrin, 22, and Michael Mageau, 19. A car pulls up beside them. The car stops. A man gets out holding a flashlight and a gun. He shines the light directly into their faces. Neither of them can see who he is. Then he opens fire without a single word spoken. Darlene Ferrin is shot multiple times and dies before help arrives. Michael Mageau is shot in the face and neck. He survives. When police reach him, he is conscious. And he has seen something. Not enough. But something. Mageau describes the attacker as a white male, heavyset, with a round face. Short hair. Between 25 and 30 years old. The description is general enough to fit thousands of men in the Bay Area. But it is something. 40 minutes after the shooting, a man calls the Vallejo Police Department. The dispatcher records the call. The voice is calm, measured, almost conversational. He gives the location of the bodies. Then he says something else entirely. He tells the dispatcher he also committed the murders at Lake Herman Road 6 months earlier. Then he hangs up. The call is too short to trace. But the voice is now on tape. And the Zodiac has introduced himself. August 1st, 1969. 1 month after Blue Rock Springs. 3 letters arrive at 3 Bay Area newspapers on the same morning. The San Francisco Chronicle. The San Francisco Examiner. The Vallejo Times-Herald. Each letter contains 1/3 of a coded message. Each letter also includes a cover note. The writer demands the newspapers print his cipher on their front pages. If they refuse, he promises to go on a killing rampage that weekend, targeting, quote, lone people in the night. The cipher contains 408 symbols. Circles. Crosses. Reverse letters. Greek letters. Semaphore flags. Symbols from no single known system. Each newspaper prints its third. Together, the 408 forms a message no trained cryptographer can immediately read. The FBI cannot break it. The NSA is asked and declines to comment. Professional cryptographers at universities across the country study it and produce nothing. The cipher sits unbroken for 10 days. Then a high school teacher in Salinas sees it in the newspaper. His name is Donald Hardin. He is a high school history teacher. His wife, Betty, works alongside him on the cipher. Together, using frequency analysis and assumptions about the killer's psychology, they crack the 408 in under a week. The decoded message opens with, "I like killing people because it is so much fun." It reads like a manifesto from someone who does not fear capture. Someone who expects to be read. Someone who has planned every word with care. The message also claims that the people he has killed will become his slaves in the afterlife. He says he will not give his name in the cipher, because that would slow down the collection of slaves. September 27, 1969. Lake Berryessa, Napa County. Two college students, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Shepard, are picnicking on a grassy peninsula near the water. It is late afternoon. The sun is still up. What approaches them is dressed for a different occasion entirely. A man emerges from the tree line. He is wearing a black hood that covers his entire head. On his chest, stitched in white, is the Zodiac crosshair symbol. He is holding a semi-automatic pistol and a length of rope. He tells Brian and Cecilia he is an escaped convict from Montana. He needs their car and their money to get to Mexico. His voice is calm. He speaks in complete sentences. He has clearly rehearsed this introduction. He ties them both up. Then he pulls out a knife. He stabs Cecilia Shepard multiple times, front and back. He stabs Brian Hartnell once in the back and leaves both of them for dead beside the water. Brian Hartnell survives. Cecilia Shepard survives long enough to be airlifted to hospital. She dies 2 days later. Brian Hartnell gives investigators one additional detail the previous survivor could not. He heard the Zodiac's voice clearly. And he describes it. The voice is male. Adult. White American accent. No regional inflection the survivor can identify. Calm. Unhurried. Hartnell later says it was the calmness that disturbed him most. Not the violence. The calm before it and the calm during it. Before leaving Lake Berryessa, the Zodiac walks to Brian's car and uses a black felt marker to write on the door. He writes the dates of all 3 of his attacks. And then he draws his crosshair symbol beside them. October 11, 1969. San Francisco. A 29-year-old cab driver named Paul Stein picks up a fare at the intersection of Mason and Geary. The destination is the Presidio. The passenger is calm. The journey takes less than 10 minutes. The cab stops at the corner of Washington and Cherry Streets in the Presidio Heights neighborhood. At that moment, 2 teenagers are watching from a second-floor window directly above the intersection. They see everything that happens next. The passenger leans forward and shoots Paul Stein once in the head at point-blank range. Then he calmly reaches over, takes a section of Stein's shirt, and tears it off. The teenagers in the window are watching in disbelief. The teenagers call the police immediately. Officers respond within minutes. They stop a white male matching the description walking north near the Presidio wall. The officers speak to him. They let him go. He is never identified. The officers receive a radio dispatch describing the suspect as a black male. The man beside the wall is white. They do not detain him. Later, it emerges the dispatch description was incorrect. The witnesses had clearly described a white male. The teenagers later work with a police sketch artist. The resulting composite becomes the most widely circulated image in the case. Then investigators make a second decision about that sketch, one they will not publicly explain for years. Between 1969 and 1974, the Zodiac sends at least 37 letters to Bay Area newspapers, police departments, and individual citizens. He writes about his crimes. He writes about his score. He writes taunts in verse. He includes pieces of his victim's clothing. One letter includes a piece of Paul Stein's shirt, torn from the taxi the night of the murder. The Zodiac mails pieces of this shirt across multiple letters, parceling out the evidence like installments in a serial he is writing. In his letters, the Zodiac claims a body count far higher than the 5 confirmed victims. He writes his score as though keeping a game. At various points he claims 17 kills. Then he revises upward to 37. Investigators never confirm more than 5 murders as definitively Zodiac. Whether his higher claims are fantasy, misdirection, or truth is a question that remains open. The uncertainty is almost certainly deliberate. He has designed his own mythology with care. But the letters are not only boasts. Some of them are intimate. One is addressed to defense attorney Melvin Belly and signed with the words, "Please help me, I cannot remain in control." The handwriting in that letter is different. Melvin Belly reads the letter publicly. He goes on a morning television program and speaks directly to the Zodiac on air. He asks him to call in. And on December 18, 1969, a man does exactly that. The caller identifies himself as Sam. He speaks quietly. He complains of headaches. He sounds, to some listeners, like a young man who is frightened. To others, he sounds like a man performing frightened. Nobody can agree which reading is correct. While the call continues on air, police technicians are working to trace the line. The technology of 1969 requires a caller to stay on the line for several minutes for a full trace. The caller does not stay long enough. The trace reaches a payphone in Napa. By the time officers arrive, the booth is empty. Whether Sam was the Zodiac is never confirmed. Voice analysis on the recording produces inconclusive results. The call joins the archive of almost. The Zodiac case generates thousands of leads over the following years. Every lead is investigated. None produces an arrest. The case passes through multiple investigators. Each inherits the same problem, overwhelming circumstantial evidence pointing nowhere specific enough to prosecute. Detective Dave Tashi of the San Francisco Police Department becomes the face of the investigation. He works the case for years. He writes notes to himself. He keeps Zodiac files at home. The case does not let go of him, and he does not let go of it. Tashi is not the only one who cannot let it go. Across the city, inside the offices of the San Francisco Chronicle, a political cartoonist is building his own investigation. His name is Robert Gray Smith. And he is about to go much further. Robert Gray Smith spends years building a case against one man. His name is Arthur Lee Allen. Allen is a schoolteacher, a former Navy man, a convicted sex offender. And at the time of the Zodiac murders, he lives alone in Vallejo. Gray Smith notes a series of connections. Allen owns a Zodiac brand watch with a crosshair logo identical to the killer's symbol. He makes statements to a friend about wanting to hunt humans. He has no alibi for the nights of the murders. Police search Allen's trailer in 1971. They find knives, blood, and materials that raise concerns. The blood tests as animal blood. The knives are consistent with hunting equipment. Nothing found is legally sufficient for an arrest. Allen is released. Investigators compare Allen's handwriting to the Zodiac letters. The handwriting does not match. Forensic document examiners are confident Allen did not write the letters. Gray Smith disputes this conclusion for the rest of his career. Many others dispute it too. Years later, in the 1990s, DNA technology catches up with the case. A partial DNA profile is extracted from the saliva on Zodiac envelope flaps. When compared to Arthur Lee Allen's DNA, there is no match. None at all. Arthur Lee Allen dies of kidney failure on August 26, 1992. He is never charged. He maintains his innocence. Whether Gray Smith was right about Allen, but wrong about the evidence, remains a question without a clean answer. Allen is one of 5 suspects who have been seriously investigated in the Zodiac case. Each has generated significant public interest. Each has been eliminated or left unconfirmed. The case remains officially open. The file sits in San Francisco to this day. November 8, 1969. 4 days after the Paul Stine murder, the Zodiac mails a new cipher to the San Francisco Chronicle. This one is 340 characters long. It is more complex than the 408. And unlike the 408, it does not break easily. The 408 was cracked in 10 days by 2 civilians. The 340 resists everyone for 51 years. The NSA, the FBI, university cryptography departments, and thousands of amateur codebreakers around the world all failed to produce a verified solution. December 2020. A team of 3 amateur codebreakers, David Orenchak, Sam Blake, and Yao Van Eyck, cracks the 340 cipher using a combination of computer analysis and a new theory about the message's irregular reading direction. The decrypted message opens, "I hope you are having lots of fun in trying to catch me." That is not all. What follows is a reference to a gas chamber, and the killer's name, except the name is not there. The 340 cipher is confirmed as genuine by the FBI on December 11, 2020. The Bureau verifies the decryption. The message contains no name, no location, no confession. Just more darkness, delivered with the same precision as everything that came before. The 340 was not a confession. It was not a clue. It was a performance. designed to be unsolvable for exactly as long as the Zodiac chose to make it unsolvable. The question is whether he knew it would take 51 years. The 340 is solved. The 408 was solved. 3 other ciphers sent by the Zodiac remain unbroken to this day. One of them, the 13-character cipher, may contain the killer's name. It has never been decoded. The last confirmed letter from the Zodiac killer arrives in January 1974. It is addressed to the San Francisco Chronicle. It is short. It references a film. Then it ends. After that, for reasons no one has ever confirmed, the Zodiac goes silent. 3 explanations are considered by investigators. 1. The Zodiac died, possibly of natural causes or in an accident, before he could be caught. 2. He was imprisoned for an unrelated crime and could not write without exposing himself. 3. He simply stopped. Investigators who have studied the Zodiac case most closely tend to lean toward the same conclusion. The silence is consistent with death. A man who performed this publicly, who craved the attention of the press, does not choose silence. It would be chosen for him. But no death record has ever been matched to a credible Zodiac suspect. No prison record. No obituary. No deathbed confession. The silence is complete. Whatever it means, the Zodiac kept it as perfectly as he kept everything else. The San Francisco Police Department officially lists the Zodiac case as open and active. New DNA technology, new computational tools, and new witness statements are evaluated regularly. The case generates new leads every few years. None has yet produced an arrest. The Zodiac killer wrote letters. He sent ciphers. He called police. He called television programs. He left his crosshair symbol and marker on a dead man's car. He did everything short of naming himself. And that is exactly what he did.